G'day all, it's Denodon here, and today we are taking a look at Simple Planes, a game that came out on Steam not that long ago, and if you're not aware, is actually a mobile port of a game of the same name. However, unlike most mobile ports, this game is actually good. But rather than let's continue to talk about it, let's actually make something. So let's go play, build and fly, and yeah, let's just build something. So this is a plane I've built before. It is just a little, well, as you can see, it's just a twin boom plane, but let's build something new. So let's go to the menu here, new aircraft. Yep, let's make a new aircraft. So we start with a cockpit and some blocks. Right click on the blocks to grab the same one and drag it to move around. There we go. So let's just build out something basic, shall we? So let's go structural, fuselage cone. But yeah, the game is basically, I don't know, the best way to describe it would be a Kerbal Space Program type game, in that it is all about you just making things and then seeing those things crash and burn or whatever it is. So there we go. We want to take that to smooth, done. That'll do for our nose cone. Now let's put an engine on the back of this. What engines have we got? That engine could work in fine. Yep, that engine will work if we can tear that around and stick that on the back. There we go. Let's just stick it on like that, shall we? Yeah, let's just do that. And then we'll add another block down here. Let's just go to this, back to there. Structural, where is it? Long angled block. If we can rotate that around the way we want, if I can find the right rotation, there we go. And stick that on there, there we go, that looks a bit better. Drag that on so it resets it, there. Now we need to edit the part properties, so those props are probably too long, so let's shrink them down a bit. That'll be fine. Blade times 1, reverse rotation, yes. That should be fine. And I think we'll be good from that. So now let's just add wings. So let's go wings, primary wing, let's just stick on some wings on here. Again, like I said, there's a few issues which I hope they get fixed, because I do like this game. Let's just make it some nice big wings, we'll sweep them back, thicken them up a bit, there we go. That'll work. Edit the control surface, edit shape. We want it to be right on the end of the wing like that, so there we go. Nice big control surface. Now let's go back here, we want structural and we want a fuselage block, there we go. Now we don't need this to be this big because we're only using it to basically put the tail out back. So if we shrink it down to 1, that might be enough. Yep, let's just set on the back to also be 1. That'll be fine. Yep, that'll be fine, sure. Now let's just move that in a bit. If I can remember the right controls, get out of the part properties so numpad works to move it. I don't know why it's numpad, but it is. So let's just move it in back a bit, like that. Keep going. Can I move it in a bit? I want to move it in a bit. There we go, that's that one, so there we go. Let's just move it in a little bit to there. And we can edit this bit down actually, so it can be a little bit narrower. Yeah, we'll make it a little bit narrower, we don't need it to be that big. So there we go, now let's add another section. This one, the end, so let me select the end please. There we go, we'll set that to 0 so it tapers to a point like that. There we go, now we can add the tail surface. So let's just add, where we go, horizontal stabilizer, yep. We want to stick a horizontal stabilizer on, just find the right rotation, there we go. Let's move it into the position we want. If it will let us, come on, let me move it, I don't want this, there we go. Let's just move that on the end there, yep. So like I said, there's some issues at the moment with the builder, but you know, it's what can you expect really, it's still an earlier game. What do you do? Edit the shape. Oh, that's actually pretty good. We'll have them big, nice and big, and then we need to add a vertical tail. So let's go wings, vertical stabilizer. Yep. Let's just stick that on the base there. Oh, come on. I had it. There we go. And that's actually a decent enough shape on its own, even if it's got these weird bits. So there we go. Now we just need to add landing gear. So let's go, nope, wrong tab. Like I say, I'd like some, what are they called? Rollover, mouse over text. That'd be handy. Large retractable gear. Can we stick that on there? Yes, we could. It looks a bit silly, but we can do it. So that's all we're gonna do. We'll stick that back there. That should be fine. And then we need retractable gear under the nose. So let's just stick some on there. That doesn't actually show it deployed, strangely enough. So hopefully that's, unless that is its deployed height and it only is that high, I don't know. Let's just go back, select the wing, Control M, we've mirrored it. So there's our plane, funny looking thing as it is. Let's just go check our center of mass is behind the center of lift, so that's not going to end well. So we need to actually, oh, it's also behind the wheels, so we need to move some mass forward. One way we can do that is if we edit the nose cone, we can put some dead weight in it. There we go. So we got 1,000 pounds of dead weight in the nose just to bring the mass forward. And these blocks you can't put anything in. The wings, do they have fuel? Yes, they do have fuel in them. Let's move the wings back a little. There we go, that also moved it, but we have to delete that side. And we'll redo the symmetry. There we go. So we've got something. Let's just hope it works. We need to move these back a bit. So yeah, let's just, again, gotta mess up the symmetry. This is why I always do the symmetry last. There we go, we have a plane. Some weird thing. Let's give it a name. Let's save aircraft as the thing, because you know me, I have terrible naming conventions. Let's go, no, let's give it a custom one actually. Target all primary, let's make the primary color a red gloss. There we go, so we got red gloss on everything that's considered primary. Whoops, there we go. I missed that one. I think that's everything. Okay, let's go trim 1. What's trim 1? Trim 1 is the elevators. So we want the elevators now to be white. So there we go, let's make them white. That looks cool. What else does trim 1 do? Does it do the wheels? I think it does the wheels, so let's paint them. Yeah, it does the wheels, let's paint them black. Does it do that? Yep, there we go. The cockpit flame is black. No, I like it white more. Let's paint that back. There we go. Trim 2, does that do these? No, it doesn't. I think that does these landing gear, but we'll leave them. What's trim 3? Nah. All, no, so, oh, they count as primary, so let's just paint those. There we go. So there's our plane, and let's just actually paint the cockpit glazing black. There we go, it is the thing. Now let's just actually fly it and see how the thing actually flies. Hopefully it doesn't crash. So here we are, we're on the runway, and it's just a plane that we can fly, hopefully. So let's just use shift to speed ourselves up. The propeller's pushing us in the right direction, so that's a good start. Let's see if it's actually powerful enough for us to get off the ground. We've got nice big wings, so it is WSA and D for the controls. Let's pull back. We've not got the speed yet. Oh, there we go. We got a bit of a bounce. Come on, let's get up into the air. We need bigger elevators, I think, because this thing is a bit nose heavy. But we put about a ton of weight into the nose, so I'm not all that surprised, really. But yeah, so there we go, we are now flying, and the wheels clip through there because they're retracted, but that's okay. So here we are flying. Let's see, okay, our roll control is nice, yep. Our yaw control is pretty nice, it's just our pitch could do with some work because of that heavy nose. Come on, don't crash on us, come on. Oh, yeah, we kinda crashed that. That didn't go so well. Let's try that again. Let's go back. Yeah, let's try and remove some of that mass. There we go. Is everything still okay? Yeah, everything is still okay. So let's try that and see how this goes. So, yep. Now, I have to apologize for the edit before when I cut from the build mode to this. It wasn't because the loading time is long, as you just saw. is simply because I decided to save this again and forgot to actually, say anything. So dead air is not something I'm fond of, as you guys probably know. But yeah, we can fly this. It's a little nose heavy, so we can probably lighten that up a bit more now. But it does fly relatively well. Oop, I was just saying, the controls inverted? No, they're not. They're just, for some reason, they were controlling a bit strange. Now if I hit C, we can get a flyby of our weird plane as it stalls. Oh god, what have I done? Oh, this isn't going to end well. No, let's try that again, restart. There we go. Let's find a good view. Chase view? Nah, orbit view is fine. Let's just watch the takeoff, shall we, and hope that this time it does okay. Because, this is an issue I'm having with the planes, is that I'm making them not quite right. But that doesn't matter, because that's part of the fun of this game, isn't it? Is just making silly things and seeing what happens. So let's take off. Oh, a bit too much. No, oh. Oh dear, that didn't end so well either. No. Oh well, to finish this off, I decided to fly a plane that somebody else made. This is one of the built-in ones. Just because, just so you can see something that actually flies as it should. So let's put the wheels away. This has got a jet engine on it, so it handles quite nicely. Let's just go to a different view. Let's watch us fly past. Going pretty fast. Cockpit view, yeah, it's a bit shaky, so let's switch to the chase view, which is always nice. Let's fly towards this carrier here. I've never actually managed to land on a carrier yet because I haven't figured out the approach correctly. But anyway, let's throttle back a little. There we go. Gotta watch our fuel on the bottom here because obviously it can run out. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's put that away again. And it looks like there's either another island there or that's just a weird reflection of this one. I'm not sure. But yes, there's a carrier here that you could land on. This one actually looks like it's modelled on a super carrier. There's also one that looks like a World War II carrier to try and land on. But yes, so that is Simple Planes. Like I said, it's obviously not the, bestseller in terms of graphics, but that's not what it's intended to be. It's just a simple little mucking around little physics puzzler, I suppose, because the puzzle being, do you know enough about how to make planes or not? And the answer for me seems to be not really. But yeah, oh well, I'm going to say until next time, I'm Denodon. Happy 2016 when that starts, because that will be soon. But until then, I'm Denodon. This is Simple Planes. Safe landings.